Hello everyone, welcome to February's qualifying. We got some feedback that the Hotlap breakdown we did in January was helpful to some folks, so we're doing that again for February. This month it is the Lamborghini Gallardo on Catalunya National. Today we'll be taking a look at Laige's lap time, Hotlap. And if you don't know Laige, he is widely, arguably the fastest Forza driver out there. If you follow the Forza Racing Championships, he's won that twice already and come in second time, I think. But he's always up there. Alright, so let's turn telemetry on again. Get into game cameras. And slow it down a little bit. So I've found that the brake markers for this first corner, the five black flags on the right, sorry, are really good indicators. It seems to be what he's using as well. And using that first black flag, braking just a little bit before that first black flag, allows you to keep pretty close with Laige's Ghost in the Rivals event. And he brakes pretty deep into the corner, double apexes this corner, so the first apex is right at the start of the rumble strip. And he's going to try and bring it around, hug the rumble strip on the exit. So he has a nice tight line for this next left-hander. This is a bit tricky. There's not a good brake marker for this, but I find focusing on that little white triangle on the end of the right rumble strip, on the rumble strip that you're on right now, focusing on the right hand, as you're coming up to that triangle, you should be trying to hit the brakes and turn away from that triangle. So I typically use that as a indicator as I'm coming up on that. I know I need to brake and I need to turn. Up the hill here again, the left hand triangle at the end of the rumble strip is a good indicator. You kind of just want to turn as that rumble strip, as that triangle turns in as well. So pretty much what he's doing here. Brake a little bit, turn in when the rumble strip ends, right at that triangle. Be patient on the throttle here until you can see the end of this rumble strip. You don't really want to be on the gas. So you can see Laige is doing the same thing here. He actually starts getting back on the gas gently after the tire barriers. I find if I can't see the end of this rumble strip and I'm back on the gas, I might run wide. For this next set of S's here, I typically use the right-hand set of tires. So as my car exceeds the right-hand set of tires, I need to start braking for this corner. And for this corner, you want to late apex it, so you want to make sure that you want to hit the end of this rumble strip pretty much, as he's doing here. You don't want to hit the rumble strip too early, and you want to take a late apex so that you can still make this corner without lifting. And then at the tight hairpin here, or the tight left, 90 left, I guess the end of these tire barriers are a pretty decent brake marker. Laige here goes into first. If you can be consistent with that, you do get a lot of turn-in. You get a lot of weight to the front and turn-in grip if you can get into first. I've found that I can't really be consistent with that, so I generally just run second gear through that 90 left. then look for the cones on the right hand side here for the as a good brake marker for this long right-hander. Typically that cone, I guess the first cone that kind of starts shifting to the right is what I focus on. As you're turning into this corner and focusing on the next apex, that's really all you see anyway. You just see, you don't really see the cones off to the side. You can just look at the apex, maybe see a few cones to the right. Maybe pick one of those cones as your braking marker. But he double apexes this corner as well. So hits the first apex back here. Takes a straight line into here, hits this apex first. Wait till you see the sausage curb here on the right hand side, and that's essentially where you start turning in for your second apex. And again, be patient. Try to hit close to the end of the curb here, and be patient on the throttle as this car you can feel its mass quite a bit. If you get on the throttle too early, it just pushes wide. And setting up for this next complex here, the end of the rumble strip is a pretty good indicator. And this little side service road here, it's a good time to get on the brakes. Down into second, clip the curb here. Get on the gas for a little bit. Use the rumble strip on the right hand side as your next indicator, as your next brake indicator. So as soon as you pass that, get back on the brakes. Clip the curb here. Quick squirt on the gas. Lift off. Clip the curb here. Gently back on the gas here. If you're too aggressive on the gas on the exit of that chicane, you can run wide into the gravel. And then this next corner is fairly tricky in terms of timing. Essentially, you want to start turning in by this line right here. You don't want to turn in too early because it's a long right-hander, and if you take the apex too early, you can't take the exit flat out. So you want to start turning in at this line right here, and be patient. Essentially, the tire wall on the right-hand side at the pit entrance here is where you want to clip the curb. Is where you want to take the apex. As soon as you pass the tire wall here, you can get back on the throttle. Now, Laige is a little earlier on the throttle than I've been able to manage. But yeah, so off the curbs here on that white line is where you want to start turning in. But be patient, don't hit the apex too early. You want to hit the curb here, then get on the gas. Flat out. That'll allow you to take the exit flat out and maintain speed almost straight. So let's do that one more time in the in-car view. I know some of you guys use this view. And it'll give you a little bit of a different perspective on it, on some of the braking points. So again, the black flags on the right here are a pretty good indicator. As soon as you pass that, hard on the brakes, apex there, let the car drift back in for the second apex. Use the little white marker on the curb. And again, here you're shooting for the end of the curb, turn in when the triangle starts turning in. When you can see the end of the curb, get back on the gas. Use the tire walls on the right here as your brake indicator. Aim for the end of the curb here, so you can take this next left-hander strip flat. And use the end of the tire walls here to slow down for the left-hander. Straight out through here, pick your braking point with one of the cones, and then again, you set up for the late apex after the sausage curb here. So your first apex, let the car drift wide. After the sausage curb, bring it back in and power out through the second apex. And watch for the curb on the right, brake, turn in, square the gas, and So let's watch that again. So you're gonna make sure you turn in, get on the gas for a little bit, lift, turn, and get back on the gas. And again, you're looking for the tire walls on the right as you're to know where your apex should be and when to get back on the gas. Okay, that's it. Good luck, guys. We already have some really quick times on the board, so it should be a really fun event and really competitive mod.